Hello guys, in this video I'm going to explain to you the interfaces in C#. The interface defines a set of methods and properties that must be implemented by each class that implements this interface. Let's see what it means using a practical example. This video is based on C# version 8, where a lot of changes to the interfaces were made. So here we have a definition of the interface iCalculator. This is a very basic interface. It defines that each class implementing this interface should define a public property ID of type integer and a public method called sum, taking two integers as parameters and returning an integer. Every property and method in interface has the access modifier set to public by default. You can change it to the private or protected though. Let's see an example. So I will switch this to private. But for private and protected definitions, you have to provide the default implementation. So I will return x plus y. You may provide the default implementation for public definitions too if you want to. Let's see how to create a class implementing this interface. I will switch back to the previous version. So let's make it private by default. And here we have the class calculator, which implements the interface iCalculator. We use the colon to define that this class is implementing this interface. So as we already know, this class has to implement every property and method defined inside of the interface. So here we have the implementation for the ID field defined here, and here we have the implementation for the sum method defined here. So we have to set them to public because they are defined as public by default, and we implement them. So the basic implementation of sum is basically x plus y, and that's how we created the class implementing a very simple interface, iCalculator. I hope that this video was helpful to you, and I hope to see you soon.